Hey guys, morning. It's 5:50 in the morning. I'm heading out on a ride to a place on the outskirts of Bangalore. It's a place called Bananthimari Betta. It's close to Kanakpura. Should take about 2 hours from home. That's in North Bangalore. To those of you who are new to my channel, welcome to Wildhooddiaries. My content mostly revolves around wildlife, nature and adventure. So if that's something you enjoy, please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. So this place that we're going to is a trek actually, and seems to be fairly unexplored or rather undisturbed. So I'm hoping to explore the place and look for some wildlife. And I don't have a plan actually, as in I may not necessarily complete the trek. If I end up finding some wildlife and see something interesting, I may just end up observing it and not doing the trek. It's also the first time I'm taking my bike out on a long ride. In the 3 years that I've had this bike, I've never actually taken it outside Bangalore. So I'm looking forward. Gave it a nice wash yesterday. So quite excited. I intend to hit the road in about 10 minutes after I finish this cup of black coffee. Come join me.
So we're almost reaching the end of Bangalore now. We're already on the Kanakpura main road. In about 5 minutes we should be exiting Bangalore officially. So you're going to see something quite interesting actually. Do you see the flyover in front of you? That's not actually a flyover for vehicles. It's something else. Let me know your guesses about what this flyover is in the comments below, and I'll maybe link one of my previous shots that I've covered on the flyover in the video. Do check it out. And now we're officially off Bengaluru limits. We're actually very soon going to cross Kagalipura, and we will get Harohaldi next, and then Kanakpura. From there our destination shouldn't be very far, and in about an hour's time we should reach our destination, Bananthimari Betta. So we've crossed even Harohaldi now, and in about 15-20 minutes we should be reaching Kanakpura, where we will be taking a deviation and reaching Bananthimari Betta. Okay, so actually we'll be sort of bypassing Kanakpura. If we were to enter Kanakpura town, we would have to take the road on the left, but we're taking the road that takes us to Chamarajnagar actually, and taking a right that connects us to a place called Ramnalli. I just found out. We just took a U-turn because we missed a right, and it says this road takes us to Kabbalu. On Google Maps it also mentions a place called Gadsal. You can see Indian spot-billed ducks in the water. Google Maps is showing us about 25 minutes to Bananthimari temple, which is the starting point for the trek. That's right. The hills on the side seem to have some dense vegetation, good forest cover. I'm quite excited to see what we can find in terms of wildlife. Maybe some interesting birds, reptiles, insects, and if we're really lucky, mammals too. Okay, I'm already starting to love this place now. The route is getting more and more interesting. Some small hills around, but really covered with some dense vegetation. Yep, this is what I was talking about. There are a couple of mango orchards around, beyond which seems to lie the reserve forest. So we just took a right at this place called, or rather village called Tenganayakanahalli. I think you could take a right a bit earlier. I missed it as I was too indulged in the scenery, and showing about 10 minutes from here. These are all little roads, little villages. Names of villages in Karnataka are actually quite interesting. Most of the times they're self-explanatory, and they're usually quite unique and rather interesting. Tenganayakanahalli, what could that be? Tengu is coconut in Kannada, Nayaka is leader, and Halli is village. So, I mean, what could that mean? Coconut leader village? I don't know. More mango orchards around. And the off-road begins Very soon we should reach the Bananthimari lake. I'm not sure if this is it. This must be it. Wow, what a place. Beautiful. I think I'll take a moment and stop somewhere here. There's got to be some activity around the lake. There's absolutely nobody around here. We're at the lake now. This seems like a beautiful place to just sit around and wait for some animal to come drink water here. Serene, beautiful, peaceful place. Okay, I think I see something interesting. There's a green bird that just flew away. I think it's time to spend some time here. Bring the camera out. Okay, I lost the green bird, and there are a couple of people at the lake now, so I think I'm gonna get a move on now. There's a different green bird now, but it's a usual suspect, the green bee eater. He's gonna come back to the same spot as green bee eaters always do. So we've just reached the temple at the base of the hill. It's over there. So this is the Bananthimari temple. It's closed right now, but this is where you could park your vehicles, and that's the trail we'll be taking to head towards the hill. So we've just started trekking up. We'll be following the trail, especially since I'm alone. I don't intend to deviate from the trail and take any risks, since we know this is elephant habitat. There's got to be leopards around, gaur, sloth bear, so try to stay as safe as possible. And there are actually paintings on few rocks here that direct us to the top of the hill. But there are two hills, Bananthimari Betta and Bananthimari Betta. Bananthimari Betta in Kannada translates to small Bananthimari Betta. So let's see where this trail leads to. And here's the sign that I was talking about. This says Sri Anjaneya Dari in Kannada. This seems like a good place to find vultures if you're really lucky. We know that there are vultures in Ramnagar, so I guess we can keep some hope. Bananthimari, like we discussed some time back about how interesting names of places in Karnataka are, actually translates to goddess. goddess of pregnancy. I don't know if that's the right word, but you get me. And they actually worship the goddess, mainly women, for fertility. So that's an interesting fact about this place. The hill is named after the temple that we just saw, which was closed. From here on, I'll actually be recording less and observing more. And if and when I come across something interesting, I try my best to show you. That's what I was talking about when I said seems like good vulture habitat. But there's a raptor flying very close to me. It's not a vulture, but it's massive. There's a tiny pond here by the trail. And there's a lone Indian spot-billed duck swimming. There we have a couple of bonnet macaques. There seems to be a lot of them. Something massive just flew. There's a saying in the forest that before you see one tiger, 10 tigers must have seen you. I think that applies to most wildlife. When you're in dense forest patches such as this, especially in sloth bear habitat, as much as you'd like to be quiet in order to be able to observe wildlife, it's important to not startle sloth bears, because that's when they're most likely to attack, when they don't know of your presence and are suddenly surprised by your being there. So me talking to you guys now is part of that process of keeping myself safe from sloth bears if they're around, so that they know that I'm here. And they don't want conflict either. If they know of presence of a human, as much as possible they'll try to avoid it. Oh my god, just check that out. In my guess, that is Bananthimari Betta, and the one we are on right now is Chikka Bananthimari Betta. Wow. was considering sitting around here for a while, but I can hear some bird activity further down this trail, so we'll keep moving. I'm pretty sure there's another clearing up ahead with a nice view. Probably a better one. Okay, we're at crossroad now. There are two trails, one there and one here, but I think we're going to take this trail because the markings suggest we do. Wow. We keep moving ahead. That's just beautiful. Check this out. I guess that's the town of Kanakpura. What you see there must be the town of Kanakpura that we bypassed on the way here. And there's the Anjaneya sculpture that they were directing us to through the paintings. Wow, tree pie. I think that was a rufous tree pie that flew past. There seems to be some people on the other hill. Maniacs shouting. That's the problem. When you come to places like this, I think it's important to respect the serenity around you, respect nature the way it is, and not sort of create commotion. And also important to be responsible and not litter and preserve these landscapes as they are. Wow, what a beautiful sight. I actually think you can see Kaveri river there. If I'm not wrong, that must be Kaveri river. I don't have network here to confirm, but I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, I found the tree pie again. I'm not sure if it's the same one. Let me try to get a video on my camera. It's on that tree. Not sure you can see it. Ah, there it is. That bit too late. So I think we're at the highest point of this hill. And now I'm pretty sure that is Bananthimari Betta. and this is Bananthimari Betta, because there's a clear difference in the elevation. I think it's time to take a break, sit around here for a while. I've carried some snacks, some fruits. Gonna have some refreshments. Hopefully in the meanwhile we'll have some birds visiting the nearby trees and we can get some good footage. The rufous tree pie is actually flying around here from tree to tree, and now I really want to get a video of it. It's not a very rare bird, but it seems to be challenging me. Let's see. Make sure once you're done eating or whatever you have to do with plastic, when you visit such places, you're not littering and you're taking the trash back home with you. Please make sure you're responsible when you visit such places. I sat around here for almost half an hour, maybe close to 45 minutes. I was just about to leave and record this video and tell you that there's been absolutely no activity until about a minute ago, and suddenly we have a couple of different birds around here, bulbuls, and I just got the footage of the rufous tree pie as well. It was a little far away, but I got a decent footage. And now suddenly this patch of the forest is alive with activity. Now we've started our descent back down. It's 10:15 a.m. We're heading back to the bike. I've now almost descended most part of the hill. I actually ran into a couple of people who were trekking up now at about 10:30. Two families and a group of young boys who were actually playing loud music. And I requested them not to, but I think whoever's watching this video, please, when you come to places like this, try to respect nature as much as you can and don't disturb the habitat. Yeah, I mean, that's all we can do. Finally, it's up to people. I actually want to spend some time at the pond that we saw on the way up, and maybe sometime at the lake too, and hope for some activity around there. Right, we've reached the pond where we saw the spot-billed duck, who doesn't seem to be around right now. But let's just sit here and wait for a bit and see if we can observe any activity, which I'm not too positive about, but let's try our luck.
There was this one patch on the trail where I saw a lot of different butterfly species, like this common sailor. The cyke, or the wandering snowflake that I discussed in one of my recent reels on Instagram. The baronet is a beautiful orange butterfly. They love the sun and interestingly have a fondness for alcohol rich fruit.
Oh my. Can you see the spider web? I'm not sure you can see it, but it's a massive spider web. From this tree to this. Must be the work of a really large spider. It's actually trapped something. Seems to be a couple of dry leaves there.
And then we found somebody hiding at the base of a plant. He was trying to be as still as possible for a few minutes until he realized I meant no harm. I spent almost 20 minutes with this oriental garden lizard until he decided it was time to say goodbye.
And so we're done.
With that, a short exploration trek came to an end and I turned homewards. My phone died shortly after and the power bank I had carried with me had some issues, so it was a long ride home. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like for me to create more such videos, let me know in the comments and also let me know if you have any suggestions for places you think I should cover. With that, Wildhood Diaries signing off. See you in the next one.